end it early. We've seen him do that. A lot in Pro League. He's ended a lot of games early. He's a player who is so dangerous because he plays so many different styles. So that's something to keep in mind as we head into Yeonsu, our second map here. As I'm going to get this ZVP game 2 on the roll. Let's take this away.
Spawning in the bottom left on Yeonsu, we have this time the blue Zerg player from Samsung Galaxy. It is Solar, the 17-year-old Korean prodigy here. And his opponent from Team Fnatic, it is Fnatic Pink, wearing pink, spawning in the top right, playing Protoss. Now, there's a 2-year difference in the ages of these two guys. Pink is, I think, 19, Solar is 17. Solar made his debut in Pro League, I think, last year in January 2013, when he was opening up the match against EGTL at the time, and he did win his first Pro League match ever by beating Stefano. And the next player from EGTL was Hero, I think, and he was able to knock Solar on his ass. And currently, he is winning every single NA Zotac Cup.
It's so true, right? Like, there's just he's just won so many. Like, if you look at his Liquipedia and just look at his results, it's just a streak of golds, and then like dotted in there's like GSL around a 32.
Yeah,
and it's quite funny though. But it's great to see like some of these Casper players starting to actually branch out and play in these online tournaments, because 6 months ago is completely unheard of that Casper players would play online cups like that. So
yeah, but it's also the fact that I don't know, maybe Kespa relaxed the rules a little bit on their members.
Yeah, I think they probably had to as well.
Yeah,
like with the game's going. We have a little bit of a pro block at the natural here, a little bit annoying for Solar. But
Solar did open with a 14 pool, so he's not going to be... Ooh, wow. Okay, actually gets the hatchery down there, so a little bit of a miss micro by Pink. Could have delayed that for a while longer. And we already see Solar making an Overlord on 15 or 16, so, you know, this is always when the probe is blocking your hatchery, you want to start an Overlord immediately, because in case you can't get that down, you will want to be able to queue up your Zerglings and Queen at the same time so that you can get rid of that pylon as fast as possible in case the Protoss player puts one down. Now, Pink is going to be following this up with a Zealot, highly likely to cancel it once he sees that there are no Zerglings, and he should. Yep, there goes the cancel. Opening with only one gas so far, I wonder what's the timing of the second gas going to be.
Yeah, he's going to take his Nexus first, just dropping that down. So again, a very slow start to this game. I guess that's a couple of Zerglings moving across the map now, but not going to be able to achieve too much. Mothership Core already coming on out of that, Nexus in the main base, being Chrono Boosters as well. And of course, that's what a lot of Protoss players rely on for early game defense. In so many situations here, it's going to ward off this initial Zergling. The Zergling actually going to just turn around on its own because it doesn't want to be caught by that Mothership Core. So they're not getting overly greedy. He's actually going to poke back in here and just see if anything has been built yet, I suppose, or see if the Nexus has been cancelled and there's kind of a surprise 4-gate coming, because it's something that happens, one game in 500 probably, but if you check every time for it, then when it does happen, you're going to be good.
Yeah, sometimes it does happen. I mean, sometimes you just want to surprise your opponent. Now, interesting thing for Solar, since, this is a 2-player map, the distances are quite short. It's very good for 2-base all-ins or just 2-base pressures and timings from the Protoss player, and this is why it surprises me a little bit that I haven't seen a gas opening from Solar. He's going with a very similar opening to last game, getting a lot of queens early on and putting down his gases at around 5:30. This is a good timing if you want to do a roach-based attack, putting these gases down. And if I see an evolution chamber sometime soon, followed by a Lair and a Roach Warren with that first couple of gas units.
Might not get that far though, because Pink's gone for 4 gateways. He put that 4th gateway down as soon as the Zergling was out of sight. Solo hasn't spotted this, and the pylon aggressively is in an aggressive position already. Warp Gate just finishing up here, so Pink's going to move in with a pretty decent attack in just a moment. He's going to have Time Warp as well, so it's heavy Zealot Force. Or is he not going to commit to it? Wow, he just throws down a Robo Facility. Now, well, I mean, he's just not going to commit to it. He's continuing to build probes, and this is just a fake pressure from Pink. So I feel like he could have done a lot of damage, though, because if he time warped the Queens, he could at least kill them. And he would force so many slow lings, which are useless because Solar, it's obvious he doesn't want to invest in speed. He is not building it at all.
No, he's going straight
got
into
that.
roaches. As I said, we have the lair coming up. We have the evolution chamber. Is probably going to queue up +1 attack right now. And when the roach worm finishes, he'll queue up queue up glial reconstitution and start roach production. Or maybe he can opt to try and take a third base and then start his roach production. But man, he's got a really solid income so far. Pink trying to get rid of as much scouting as possible. It's a shame he did not commit to that attack, but he does have 5 Zealots here, and there are still no units out for Solar. He's forced to wall off completely at the front here. Will the Spinecrawler that's just now building hold? I don't think so. The Zealots can force a cancel on that very quickly, but Queens on creep. Oh, Time Warp! Beautifully played. But still will not catch those queens, and they do have energies, I believe, for transfusions. Yes.
Yeah, but the roach is starting to come out now, and this delayed attack, it might do a little bit of damage. I mean, he gets 1 queen there, but that's about it. And if he gets the 2nd queen, I think this is probably going to have been worthwhile, because it's forcing a fair few roaches out of Solar as well. He doesn't know when the next warp is coming. In fact, if he gets this queen from the natural too, that's even better. And Solar, if he loses that, he's going to... Well, he's already missing a lot of injects on his natural, and that's really important here, because Pink is following this up with an Immortal all-in, and taking his extra gases now, this is going to be sent to Immortal, and adding on the gateways too. This has the potential to do a lot of damage, because Solar lost a lot of time injecting there on his natural expansion.
Yeah. But he only lost 2 workers. He did lose a lot of, larvas and future larva injects, but he only lost 2 workers, so he's still pretty well saturated. There goes the glial reconstitution and burrow as well. Problem is, as you said, the follow-up from Pink. It's Immortals, and I don't know how well roaches are going to do against this.
The thing is, if Solar just instantly here builds like a few swarm hosts,
yeah, and that's exactly what he's going to do.
This is really weird. So, Pink's going to have 3 Immortals, obviously. He's going to have his Warp Prism coming out next. He's got in his 7 gateways about to finish up. So, we're going to have this attack move out here very, very soon for Pink. And, I mean, he doesn't have a pylon on the map. Solar takes a 3rd, which I don't think is too bad a situation. You know, he can't just sit on 2 bases forever. And he does have a decent number of swarm hosts starting to add up here. So, this is going to be really weird.
I feel like the problem here for Pink is that... he's doing essentially a 2-base all-in. He cut all probe production beyond 43. So he's sitting on 43 harvesters. The Protoss, the Zerg player, once he gets a decent number of swarm hosts out, he's going to essentially be producing free units that will be aiding him in the coming fight. And the longer the Zerg is allowed to stay on 3 bases, I mean, either Pink kills the swarm hosts now, or he's going to be in tons of trouble 2, 3, 5 minutes from now, and he will have to try and take the 3rd base. In fact, he already restarted probe production upon seeing those locusts and gets a robotic bait down. Now, the best he can hope for is snipe this 3rd base the moment it finishes. If he cannot even do that, he will be in a very precarious situation, and he's going to try to do that. He knows how important this is right now.
He's going to get that. I mean, he's got enough force fields to just secure that 100%, and he's going to be able to get away as well, which is nice. You know, he's slowing his opponent down here. Solar, he's already got now a decent number of swarms. Pink can't commit at all any further, I don't think. But
look at that Warp Prism in the main Gordy, though.
Solar's very quick to react. In fact, and he's already got burrow as well. I mean, this is something last game got very fast burrow. These roaches, if all of them were at the same time, would be enough. And he's just going to save the lair. But that's going to be a big target in the future. At the same time, attack at the front. He's going to lose +2 on the evolution chamber. But at the same time, Pink's actually losing a lot of his sentries to these locusts.
Yeah, he is. The force fields are helping out quite a lot, but he can't continue pushing with this. More Zealots tried to have been warped in the main base, but the warp is really low on HP and has to come back. And this is the pushing power of Pink right now has all but evaporated, and he will have to retreat. Now, Solar knows this, so I expect him to be moving his locusts, his swarm hosts aggressively forward, re-establish that 3rd base, and just continue to be aggressive.
I was just going to say, I would love to see Pink just pick up 2 Immortals and drop them in the main and try snipe that lair, because with the shields back on the Warp Prism, he's almost guaranteed to get in there. Lair only with 128 HP, and I'm not sure how much damage an Immortal does to a lair, but I'm sure it's going to be like three,
quite
four
quite a
hits.
lot. I think like
Yeah,
oh
it's
with
not a
with
lot.
no upgrades like 35 per shot. I think.
Yeah, so this is going to be like 4 hit here. All you have to do is drop these Immortals, target fire the lair, and there it goes!
No target fire. There we go. One immortal pays the price though. He could have picked that up. I did
Wow.
not want to lose that. Oh, he
Oh,
does
no!
end up losing it. What am I seeing here? That was a little bit of a.
That was a little bit of a mistake. It shouldn't have
Yeah,
happened.
I think Pink got a little bit cocky there. Actually, thought that the Queen would just go elsewhere, and he would have an opportunity to do some more damage or just harass a little bit more with the War Prison. But the Locusts are here, and the Swarm Host numbers are actually very dangerously high for Pink right now at 11. This is a number which you don't want to face with less than 4 to 5 Colossi.
He's got a lot of sentries though, and with these sentries he can continue to force field these 2 ramps quite easily, while his Colossi number increases already, his 2nd Colossi popping out here. Third base pretty much secured for Pink as well, which gives him a pretty huge lead in the economy considering Solar. He's having to rebuild a lair, he's only just getting his main base back now. But a lot of Roaches trying to come with the natural again. Pink nice on the force fields, well prepared, and just fighting against some Locusts at the front at his third base as well.
Beautiful
And,
split of the army by
Solar just
Pink.
finished a Spire, and he's going into Corruptors once again.
He's going to go into Corruptors, you are absolutely right. +1 air attack being queued up as well, and Pink is going to be attacking. He gives up the third base. Wardy, I don't know if this is the right idea. I mean, he does not quite have the Colossus numbers to face the Swarm Hosts. And with more Roaches incoming, I think by Solar to reinforce this between the Locusts, Roaches, and the Corruptors, I don't know. He only has 2 Colossi. Those can be dealt with rather quickly by the Zerg at this stage.
Yeah, I'm kind of intrigued. We're in a fairly similar situation to what we saw in Game 1.
Yeah.
Only Pink's in a much better kind of situation himself. Some Locusts, Swarm Hosts getting a little bit too far forward here, and all 4 of them die. The Corruptors very late to this battle, and there's not that many of them, only 4. They'll take down these Colossi eventually, but not before they do the damage they need to do. And this was not really the fight Solo wanted, I don't think. But does he have enough to clean up what's left? Because there's only 1 Immortal now. And with a couple extra Locusts and a few Roaches, he's gonna take that down. Another Colossi here. And
17 Roaches on the way, Wardy. I think Solar is going to be pushing this back. His economy is too strong right now. Another warpin of Zealots in the main base of Solar as he's pushing back this army. But if we take a look at the army supplies, it's 30 to 90 in favor of the Zerg player. Overall supplies showing 160 to 80. Things are not looking good for Pink. He's got a pretty decent economy, but he really does not have any high-tech units out right now. He's got 2 robos, but nothing else to support it with. Just Stalkers, and those are not going to be enough.
Yeah, he just took what was in the end a bad fight. I mean, it looked okay for him initially, but there was just too much there for Solar, and now Solar continues on forward, and the time warp's going to delay this a little bit, but the Colossi goes down, the third base
without
force
force fields. Without force fields, he cannot engage those Roaches. The third base will fall. The Stalkers are trying to micro back as to the best of their ability. Also, one other interesting thing, Solar, by forcing Pink to tech up this rapidly, look at the upgrade stats. Pink has absolutely no attack nor defensive upgrades on his units. GG is called by Pink, and Solar, as was expected, took the series 2-0 and will advance into the winners match later on this evening.